In the wake of the Paris attacks, there's now a big split between Democrats and Republicans over what to do with Syrian refugees who President Obama had planned to admit into the United States. Republican governors everywhere are raising their hands and saying, whoa, we don't want these refugees in our states.
I am now requesting that the President and the federal government cease sending refugees from Syria to North Carolina.
Some Republican presidential candidates, including Republican Senator Ted Cruz and former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, have both said the United States needs to focus its efforts on helping Christians in Syria.
I, for one, think that we should take every Christian Iraqi and every Christian Syrian who are in a situation right now that if they stay where they are, they'll be killed.
But President Obama is pushing back hard against this, noting at the G20 summit in Turkey that several Republicans, including Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, have parents who actually immigrated from crises overseas, including in Cuba.
And when I hear folks say that, well, maybe we should just admit the Christians but not the Muslims, when some of those folks themselves come from families who benefited from protection when they were fleeing political persecution, that's shameful.
This sets up a big fight on Capitol Hill, where Paul Ryan, the new speaker, just weeks into his tenure, is under a lot of pressure from Republicans on the Hill and on the presidential campaign trail.
Congress, I think, should defund all the programs that allow these people to be brought here immediately, today.
Now, this raises big questions ahead of a December government funding showdown. Funding for the government runs out on December 11th, and so this sets up the question of whether Republicans, if they do try to do this, will run into a veto from President Obama, and what President Obama would do next.
It is our moral obligation as fellow human beings to help people who are in such vulnerable situations.